Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next movie review, and back to another film that I did like this year. I did. I had some, I kind of had quite a fun time watching it, but overall, I didn't love it though. At the same time, I don't love the film. Because, there's one thing I think. Some people get mad at me for saying this though, but I'll get to that though. But I did have quite a time admiring the animation, the fun colors of the movie, and then of course to me surprisingly, this became a super big hit, which I did not expect this film to be. I didn't expect this film to make way over $1 billion, which surprised the shit out of me, and that is of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Some people wanted me to review this film, which I was going to get to though, but here it is. The Super Mario Brothers movie that came out this year. Yeah, and this film made over 1.3 billion dollars in the box office. I didn't expect this film to be such a huge hit. It broke countless records. It is easily among the highest grossing for film based on a video game. And also it's the highest grossing film that's produced by Illumination, surpassing the Minions movie. Which honestly, I could say this. I could probably say I like this a lot better than the than that franchise, because personally I'm not a fan of the Despicable Me franchise. I'm not. I still don't like those Minions. I don't. There's this they're little yellow to me little idiots. I just like to kick through a field goal. I do. I don't like the Minions. I don't. To me, I thought they're just annoying little twats. I just like to kick through a field goal. So I'm not a fan of that franchise. But those films have always been hits. So that's why they keep making more and more. To me, I can say this. One thing I can say, I can definitely like this a lot better than those movies. But this became the highest grossing film that Illumination ever produced. And I think one thing I want to positively say, I like the animation of the film. I enjoy especially all the fun colors of the film. It is definitely what it is. It's definitely like a very fun product placement movie. Of course, like Nintendo. Because hey, although I've never played too much of the Mario games. I have not. The one thing that I enjoy, even me and my brother played the most growing up, was the Super Mario Nintendo 64 game from Nintendo 64. Me and my brother played that Super Mario game a lot back when we were growing up. It's me, Mario. But I did play very little Mario Kart as well, I did play very little Super Smash Brothers. But overall, I did not play too many Mario games, without the exception of the 64 game, Nintendo 64 game. But overall, there's some issues I have with this movie though. But overall, I did like the Super Mario Brothers movie. I did. But I'll get to though. But the film, like I said, I didn't expect this film to be that huge of a hit. I didn't. And with this, I know there's easily going to be sequels. They want to set this up a whole another universe. Like everything nowadays has to be a multiverse or a universe franchise. Well, except the Dark Universe. They attempted to do that with the Universal Monsters, with The Mummy, with 2017, with Tom Cruise. That failed, and that destroyed that franchise really quick. But despite the huge hit it came out, it got mixed reception. It has a 59% Rotten Tomatoes. So people were more mixed about it though. I mean, plus one thing that was like controversial when they started doing this film was the cast, especially for Mario, because you have Chris Pratt, Star-Lord himself from Guardians of the Galaxy, People were very controversial when they cast Chris Pratt as Mario. That's one thing that people were so were upset about. But and I'm like, if people are so upset about this movie, then why this film made over $1 billion worldwide? If they were so upset, then they probably would not have saw the film. But I guess the numbers speak for itself. So the film was a $1 billion movie, and I guess people are not as mad about it as now, I guess. But overall, to me, Chris Pratt, I thought he was decent. I thought he was decent as Mario. Yeah, I kind of see I can see the white people are upset about him being as cast as Mario. The Italian brothers Mario and Luigi. Luigi is voiced by Charlie Day, which started from the show Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Starred among a couple films as well. And then among the other cast members, you have Anya Taylor-Joy, who as Princess Peach. Anya Taylor-Joy, known for I recently while ago I reviewed The Menu. She starred in that along with Ralph Fiennes. And of course, starred in other films like what was it? She was in The Northman. She was The Last Night in Soho, the Edgar Wright film that I was not overall big on. Well, sorry that. I didn't mean to say that. I didn't see the film, so I couldn't judge on that. But I know she was starring in it though. But before I saw the trailer, sorry. She was also, of course, the New Mutants. She's been a star among other stuff as well, though. Anya Taylor-Joy. I mean, I liked her in The Menu. I like especially Turn the Tables on Ralph Fiennes. What I like is a cheeseburger, a real cheeseburger, not some fancy deconstructed bullshit. A real cheeseburger. Yeah, I liked her character in that film. And like I said, I think when I said in the review, I think I prefer her as a redhead more than a blonde, honestly. Just saying. That's why I said that though. But she voices Princess Peach, Jack Black as King Bowser, and then you got Keegan-Michael Key, from Key and Peele, Jordan Peele and Key and Key. He voices Toad. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen anymore. Because there's so many things. I just think the guy is just a non-likable hack now. I mean, when I first was like him voicing as Donkey Kong, to me, when I first heard about that, I'm like, that kind of seems like, I mean, I prefer the voice from the Nintendo 64 game, Donkey Kong, I just prefer the voice from that, because I grew up, I love playing the Donkey Kong 64 game, Nintendo 64. I just think, to me, he seemed kind of off voicing as Donkey Kong, just didn't seem to fit, like, that type of Donkey Kong persona. But he was there as Donkey Kong, I could say, maybe. I think Jack Black was pretty decent as King Bowser, surprisingly. I thought he was pretty decent in that, as King Bowser. And of course, in the trailer, with King Bowser with the penguin, the Penguin Kingdom, the leader of the Ice Kingdom is what it was, the Ice Kingdom. And actually, looking up, the leader of the penguins of the Ice Kingdom is actually Khary Payton. Khary Payton. If I mispronounce the name, sorry, but if you recall that name, he played King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead. Yeah, King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead. Yeah, Khary Payton. He voices the Penguin King of the Ice Kingdom. I'm like, really? That's King Ezekiel from The Walking Dead. But overall, yeah, the cast I thought was overall fine, I guess. I wasn't really too big on the voices though, but I mean I like Chris Pratt, I like Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day as Luigi. He was so, I guess. I mean, Jack Black, but I could probably say that Anya Taylor-Joy, Jack Black, and Chris Pratt were the best voices of the film. And the score by Brian Tyler, I guess it was okay, I guess. But I think with most of the fun I got out of it was watching the animation and the very fun visual colors out of it, Like I said, it's a product placement movie, you know, just to showcase, you know, hey, all the stuff we've seen from the games, you know, to put it in there, except for franchises, right? It's basically what the film is, basically. And but the story is, you know, of course we got the Mario brothers, Mario and Luigi. They're in Brooklyn, New York, as they were, as plumbers. That's what they always were, plumbers. I mean, that's what people thought about the two voices for, like, Charlie Day and Chris Pratt, because, you know, the Mario brothers are Italian, right? So that's pretty why people were kind of angry, you know? Because do you think you buy Chris Pratt with an Italian accent? I don't. But anyway, they're in Brooklyn. They were trying to set their own start their own plumbing business, and one thing leads to another. They go underground to fix a leak, right? And then one thing leads to another. They end up getting sucked into, you know, the pipe, you know, the pipe that teleports them to different locations, right? I think it's called a warp pipe. I think it's where that more properly pronounced. It's called a warp pipe. But they end up getting separated, and Luigi ends up in the dark. Was it the Dark Realm or the Darklands? Dark Realm? I think it's part of the Darklands, I think. And he kind of disappears mostly from most of the movie until he well, he doesn't do much. He's pretty much acting like a damsel in distress, basically, but until he helps out in the third act, though. Well, because it's supposed to be like the Princess Peach, though, but it's Luigi, though. But that's when, but he doesn't do much until he doesn't do pretty much do much of anything until the third act. But Mario lands, but then Mario he lands in the Mushroom Kingdom, meets with Princess Peach. He tells him about King Bowser, saying that if she doesn't marry King Bowser, she will destroy the Mushroom Kingdom with the star, you know, the superstar, you know. For I remember from the Super Mario Bros. 64, right? The star, every time he completes one of the tasks, he gets a star, and then goes, "Here we go!" I think that part of the music was there when he gets the star, right? You know, here in the Super Mario 64, when he gets the star, he goes, that music goes, dun 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 dun. Here we go. For what I remember. But that's what it is, and and to get the whole thing with the whole thing with the love triangle with I think Bowser was kind of like, you know, trying to be nice, you know, like singing a song to Princess Peach. I'm like, I guess it wasn't that big of a bad guy as it was, because he's trying to win over Princess Peach legitimately by singing a song to her, you know. And then that's when Mario meets with Toad, voiced by Keegan-Michael. Then also they meet with Donkey Kong. You get Cranky Kong, get Diddy Kong. Problem was we'll see with the rest of the Kongs, right, from the Nintendo 64, like Chunky Kong, Lanky Kong, Tiny Kong, right. Problem was to see more of them. But then you go with stuff like stuff you see from the game, especially the Mario Kart, you know, scene. Then he gets a little fight with Donkey Kong, but he gets him with the cat suit. Because I haven't played much of the Mario games, so I'm sorry if I'm not fully knows in depth about the items that Mario uses. I know about the superstar and all that, though, and when he especially when he flies as well. But I know that everyone knows the Mario Kart stuff, though. But I'm not the little details from the other games, though. I'm not too familiar because I haven't played much of the Mario games. I'm sorry about. Forgive me if I'm not fully in depth about the stuff, the items that Mario gets that gives him these powers, you know. But it does lead into, like I said, the Mario Karts, and on the Rainbow Road, right here. But you do get some nice, fun visuals as well. Like I said, nice showcase of the visual colors and all that. It was a fun on the visual eyes. And then one thing leads to another when when it comes to a the blue shelled Koopa, right? The general who works with Bowser, does like a full dive bomb and Mario and Donkey, they get separated from the other Kongs, and the other Kongs are captured, and then the Bowser proposes to Peach. He does that, and which Peach has to accept though. And so they go have this wedding, and they have all the prisoners there. Then they were gonna put them in the lava. And so one thing, at least when they fight with Bowser, they get transported back to Brooklyn, and then ultimately Bowser gets shrunk down using the blue mushroom, and Peach does that. She shrinks Bowser with using the blue mushroom and puts him and imprisons him. So, and after that, Mario and Luigi, they're called heroes by the people of Brooklyn, and I guess including their parents as well, and Spike, who was a ex-employee of them. Then afterwards, they move to the Mushroom Kingdom and they start their plumbing business together. And that's basically the whole gist of it. I mean, the story-wise, I mean, what I said earlier, people are going to probably get mad at me for this, though, because I mean, I like this film, though, but I wasn't overall wowed by it. Like I said, I had some fun time looking at the visuals and the colors and stuff like that, though, right? Yeah, I've seen like the little Easter eggs and stuff like there as well. But I don't love the film, and people are not going to like me, but probably going to hate on me by saying this, but like I said, I'm not going to lie to myself. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon, right? Think this is the greatest Mario, the best Mario movie. I think that I enjoy the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie more than this. I know people are probably gonna be mad at me for this, though, but I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm not gonna pretend it's like, oh, I like this just like everybody else does. You know, I'm not gonna jump on that bandwagon thinking this is the greatest Mario film. You know, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat what I say. I like this 1993 movie better because I enjoy the characters. Better. I enjoy Bob Hoskins. Despite what Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo, or even Dennis Hopper, despite that they hated working on the movie, I'm sorry to say, but I think I like Bob Hoskins, John Leguizamo as Mario and Luigi. I thought the characters were much better, developed more like acting as brothers, right? Yeah, despite the fact that the people thought that Luigi's more of an adopted brother to Mario. I get that, okay? I know why people are mad, but I thought it was a better. I bought the brothership, you know, the relationship to two of them as brothers, though. I bought that, though. And despite what Dennis Hopper, may rest in peace, I thought he was having fun as King Koopa. I thought he was having fun in that role, you know. I reviewed the movie. I did like an hour-long review of the film, and to me, like I said, Super Mario Brothers from 1993 is very underrated. You can check my review of that movie. It's still on there. I reviewed it like over the summer, I think. I forget, but I reviewed it. You can check it out. But I think it's very underrated. I enjoyed the cast. I enjoyed the production design of the way this when they cross over to the other side to this world, right? It looks like a mixture of Mad Max a little bit, you know, just the way the world looks. I enjoy the production design. I enjoy the music a bit more. I thought, and also one thing I thought that was a lot of times it was funny. Some things I thought was funny. That's one thing a nitpick I have to say about this film. I didn't think the humor in this film was funny. I didn't find anything that was funny in this movie. That's one nitpick I have with the film. I basically did not laugh not once. To me, I thought the comedy in this was flat. I didn't think the comedy in this film wasn't that funny. Here I got better. I got more chuckles out of the 1993 film. I mean, of course, one I had fun with. I laughed at. The instance where Luigi was floating, think he was flying, right, and he's telling Mario to do the same thing. But when Luigi thought he realized he was hooked on, and Mario just goes and just falls and screams, ah! Until when the fungus saves and makes him bounce like on a trampoline. I thought that was kind of funny. And other bits I thought was funny. Like, even though with Mario, goddamn, I'm drawing a freaking blank now. God damn it. Some of the stuff, I thought some of the stuff, like the dialogue that what Bob Hoskins said was funny. Like when the prisoner Toad was asking, he's like, what rhymes with dimension? He's like, yeah, tension, and I'm full of it, so shut up. That's what one thing I thought was very funny is when they were put in prison, right? When they're getting their mugshots, though, right? When they're getting their mugshots, but it looks like the projections, look like their guns, look like they're gonna shoot them, right? You're like, oh no. But it turns out they're just getting their picture taken for their mugshots, and Bob Hoskins like, are we dead? That was funny. So I thought the humor in the 1993 movie was much better than what I got in this movie. And essentially, I enjoy. There was a lot of good practical stuff. Practical sets. Actual fires being shot at. Like I like the weapons. So it shoots like fireballs. A lot of good like sparks flying around from the cars and the vehicles and stuff. And the practicality of how the dinosaurs look. The Goombas. There was a lot of good practical, real physical things that happens a lot in the 1993 film that people don't seem to appreciate because they just hate on it because, it's not like the video games. The miscasts of John Leguizamo or, me, I give leeway because I enjoy the actual effort, the work they put in. I saw the budget was on the screen, And Dennis Hopper thought he was fun as King Koopa, and when he's like, when he orders pizza, like, prepare for your DLO survival, prepare for destiny. Where's my pizza? and also, I like the soundtrack in that movie a lot better. Especially one was called Speed of Light by Joe. The song was playing during the incident when Bob Hoskins and the other women were sliding down in the frozen pipe ride. He had that song playing called Speed of Light. Dun, 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 dun. I like that song, and there was a couple of other songs I liked that was also playing in the movie, which I also liked as well. So the soundtrack, even the score, was better than from what I saw in this, from what I heard in it. But there was a lot more going for it in the 1993 film. I enjoy the 1993 film. My brother gives me... I know, but the thing is, my brother, he gives me shit for liking that film. I know, once again, that's one thing we're always debating about, But he always gives me crap, you like the 1993 film. It's a bad film. You shouldn't like it. See, there's an example there, People can also get mad at me for liking that film. I prefer that movie over this movie, though. But it doesn't mean I dismiss this film a lot, though. I do like the film despite some issues, Yeah, I know that the comedy, it's not that funny, though, and the voice cast overall were decently fine, but I just didn't love it like a lot of people did, Yeah, it's fun on a visual level and a fun, colorful level. I do appreciate that. But a lot of times, like Luigi, he's a damsel in distress. He doesn't do pretty much anything until the third act. I mean, probably wants to be on Bowser's side because he legitimately tries to win over Princess Peach. So. But, I mean, Chris Pratt, he was not that horrible. I mean, I like Chris Pratt, But I think he was decent as Mario. I mean, I can understand why people are mad when they first heard he was cast as that, but he was decent. You know, I didn't hate his voice as Mario. Jack Black, I think it was him, Jack Black, and Anya Taylor-Joy. They were the best voices of the movie. But yeah, overall, I did like the Super Mario Brothers movie. Would I put this on my top 10? Given how shitty this year was, of course I would. I just hopefully by the end of this year I have a top 10 list at least, and because that's how shitty this year was. I mean, surprisingly, you know, I liked Creed 3. You know, I like this film, Pope's Exorcist. Even after the one I just reviewed after this, Thanksgiving I liked. You know, it just shows how bad this year was. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I still like. Overall, I did like the movie though, despite some issues. But to me, personally, for me, I still prefer the 1993 film with Bob Hoskins in it. To me, it was a much better Mario. It made more development of the two characters as John Leguizamo and Bob Hoskins. You know, it showed how they are to each other as brothers. To me, I got more development out of that. And I said, to me, it had a lot more going for from production design, the practical effects, the music, the soundtrack, the fun villain by Dennis Hopper, may he rest in peace. Same with Bob Hoskins, may he rest in peace. And for the mention about Samantha's Morton as Daisy. Yeah, people say that was not Princess Peach, but Davy, I thought she also was decent as well, you know. And it was nice to get a cameo appearance from Lance Henriksen. You know, it's always nice to see Lance Henriksen. You know, I like him as an actor, so it was always cool to see him in there, even for a cameo. But overall, yeah. Despite me, I preferred that movie more than this. So I still like the Super Mario Bros. Movie, regardless of what some issues I have with it. Though, I still had pretty decent. It was one thing I forgot to mention. What positive I can say about this one? It's a very short movie. It's only like an hour. It's only about 80 minutes, so it's a very short movie. So that's one thing. Hey, one thing I could say, it's not a 2-hour movie. At least it wasn't that. So one thing that's why I do appreciate it. It's a very short movie. So at least there's another positive I could say about this film. It's very short, easily fast paced, easily. But yeah, overall, yeah, I like the Super Mario Brothers movie, despite some of the issues, though. But would it be I put it in my top 10? Of course I would, because this year has been a very shitty year. So I would put it in my top 10. Why wouldn't I? But anyway, yeah, that's my review for the Super Mario Brothers movie. Of course, they're with the huge amount of money it made. Of course, there's easily gonna be sequels, spin-offs. You know, another universe to make, franchise. But overall, yeah. I still like I like the movie. But anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.